gotta say, it's fantastic.
Say that again?
It's fantastic.
Yes, it is. Guys, I got it. Ready? Yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Say That Again podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Duke.
Oh, and I'm Jay.
Nearly there. And today we're going to be expanding a little bit from the last episode. We're going to be talking about a few things, but first I want to talk about what we've been watching recently, whether if it be new or old. Jay, do you want to start off?
Yeah. Right, so I've been doing a lot of rewatches recently. I've never been a big rewatch person, but lately I've just been rewatching a lot. Rewatched Blue Velvet, some Lynch. Rewatched Mulholland Drive in cinemas, and that was absolutely life-changing, honestly. In cinemas, Mulholland Drive, I couldn't believe I was there, honestly. And in terms of first watches, Bring Her Back. I thought Bring Her Back was really good. Second film from Danny and Michael. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Things like Philippou, something like that. But yeah, that was a great film. But it's mostly just been rewatches for me. Rewatching Vertigo, some Lynch, and I rewatched Miami Vice yesterday. And there's something about that film I can't get along with. Visually, it looks great. The digital kind of look to it, but it's just a kind of an uninteresting film. And I tried to give it a second shot. Have you seen it?
No, I've yet to see it.
There's Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx are the leads, and honestly, they're really cool in it. And it's a really cool movie, but it's just something about it. It's just not that interesting, but it's not by no means a bad film because visually it looks great. But that's mainly been my rewatches and watches recently.
Very nice, very versatile, might I add. My rewatches, I just had to pull up Letterboxd because I can't even remember for the life of me. I did a few short films and a few films. I watched this short film called 28 Seconds Later, which was obviously based off the 28 Days Later franchise. Is really nothing. Rewatched The Transporter, absolute peak.
Of course.
Absolute peak.
Of course.
I watched that video of the dancing skeleton.
Oh, that's a long film.
To log it on Letterboxd. Yeah. 6 Shooter, we watched that in college.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it came out.
Yeah.
And I watched. What else did I watch? And then Bad Lieutenant. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That was a film. Dallas Buyers Club, fantastic. It annoys me. It annoys me it took me that long to get to. I know you're a fan of it.
I love that film.
In terms of shows, the last episode of Stranger Things, which was it happened, and it was awful. I could make a whole episode explaining my hatred for that, but here we are. I watched a mini-series called When the Street Lights Go On.
Oh, okay.
Watch for the plot. And it wasn't that good, but am I glad I watched it? Yes, I am. His and Hers, I know you've watched that as well.
I loved His and Hers.
I didn't think it was that good, but Bernthal was in it, so let me tell you something, man, so it had to be great. I watched Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me, which
absolute cinema.
I really enjoyed quite a bit. Wild at Heart, which I was the opposite, I hated that. Spree, which I thought was alright. Corriedale.
Wow.
The hierarchy of power is about to change.
Avengers Endgame for all the grandparents.
Literally. 13, which I thought was good. Housemaid, which I thought was awful, but that was 2025. Friday the 13th, the remake, which I thought was better than the original. So get a load of that. And then the films that I watched that came out this year, which we'll be reviewing 2 of them, and then there was one that I've seen, and I know one you've seen that I haven't, which are Marty Supreme, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and then I'm reviewing The Rip, and Jay, you'll be reviewing Hamnet.
Yeah.
So, should we start off with Marty Supreme?
Yeah, start off with Marty Supreme.
Get the best. So, do you want to give your thoughts first?
Right, so where do I start with Marty Supreme? might seem a bit dramatic, but that film gave me motivation just to, obviously, the whole message of the film is to, get to the top, no matter what, no matter how many obstacles, no matter what's in the way. And that's shown through Marty Mauser's character. But I absolutely love that film. I was blown away. Considering the trailers are coming out, I think everybody was thinking, it looks all right. But, wow, I was surprised. I would honestly call it a masterpiece, and it's an awesome 2025 film. It came out in 2025.
2026.
2025.
This American
it's a 2025 film. Why did it say Marty Supreme Christmas Day? Marty Supreme Christmas Day.
It's American.
No.
Explain this. How come you didn't watch it before January 1st?
Yeah, but that's a UK release date. It was in the
UK
first film festivals in 2025. It came out everywhere in
Film
2025.
Festival in 2023. It came out 2024.
Yeah, but that's different. That's different because in America
the
it still
same.
came out in 2024 So
but still, if you want to look at that way, then The Bike Riders is 2023. Marty Supreme is
a 2025 film.
Easily the best film of 2026.
2025 so far, because it is the best film of 2025.
Texas Ranger clearly wants to think it.
Tornado Wrangler, Texas Ranger, Glenn Powell, Twisters. But yeah, Marty Supreme, I did love it. Timmy Chalamet's best performance to date. Awesome cinematography. I love how they shot the table tennis sequences, and for a film about table tennis, no one would expect it to be that good, and it's just absolutely incredible. It's kind of a lot of after hours inspirations, a lot of uncut gems, obviously Josh Safdie, and it's really anxiety inducing sometimes, and I thought some actors in it, Tyler the Creator, you wouldn't expect him to be good in it, but he was really good in it. Gwyneth Paltrow coming back after years. Apparently it was her first MCU film after 10 years or something.
After a downfall.
Yeah.
Which we won't
we won't talk about that.
So
Won't get onto that, but she was great in it, and just absolutely loved Marty Supreme. And yeah, I thought it was really great. You got anything to add?
I think the thing that really put people in the cinema for this, because the trailers were awful. I thought the trailers sucked. I think Timothy's promotion, his rap video with SD Kid, which is actually surprisingly catchy.
Yeah.
The when he stood on top of what's that building called where they made it look like the ping pong ball?
It's like some, I don't know what it's called, but he was standing on there.
Yeah, that was quite cool. And then the Zoom call, which is just classic. Yeah. But yeah, if Timothy doesn't win the Oscar, then there's something clearly wrong, because he deserves that 100%. Yeah. The only reason why he wouldn't was because he's in the wrong Oscar category, because it should be next year, because it's a 2026 film. But
see, that's another proof. It's in the 2025 Oscars.
Fantastic film. So good I had to watch it twice. Both times fantastic.
Oh, you've seen it a second time?
Seen it a second time, quite recently. But
nice.
Second time wasn't as good as the first time, but it's still 5-star. Still 5-star. But you can never beat watching that film for the first time, not knowing what's happening, especially like not getting into spoilers or anything, but the subplot with the dog alone. You cannot predict that. And no matter how many times you watch it, that first time, you're like, oh my God. So yeah, I think we can both agree 10 out of 10 there, 5 stars.
Yeah. And I think I already told you this, but the guy in the dog subplot, the gangster, I think his name's Abel Ferrara, he directed Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what kind of career he's having, going from directing Bad Lieutenant to acting in Marty Supreme, but you do you, pal. He was great in it, though.
And 9 Lives of a...
Yeah. Won't say the title of another film he directed, but yeah, there you go. Marty Supreme was a masterpiece.
We don't want to get demonetised.
Yeah, exactly. Want to keep it somewhat PG. Yeah. Okay. And loved Marty Supreme. Should we get on to the Bone Temple?
Bone Temple, yeah.
You start.
So Bone Temple, I had low expectations, because I thought 28 years later, I just bought 28 years later, the first one, so I could rewatch it. But when I watched it in cinemas, I thought it was really underwhelming. I didn't really think much to it. I know everybody enjoyed it. I didn't think it was that good. Especially to do with the ending, where Jack O'Connell's character, Jimmy, shows up, who looks like a
familiar face.
A BBC presenter that's a naughty boy. So I had no expectations, and I watched this film and was blown away. This was absolutely unbelievable, and I do plan on rewatching this one as well soon. And it was already great, but the last half an hour, everything from the encounter between Ray Fiennes' character and Jack O'Connell's character onwards was absolutely peaking, the whole sequence there. And the last 5 minutes, I won't spoil it because I know Danny Boyle did. So if you haven't seen Danny Boyle's interview, don't watch that. But the last 5 minutes, if you're a fan of 28 Years Later and a certain actor, you'll be in for a treat, because that last 5 minutes, and especially when the theme song came on at the end, in the end credits, it just added upon that. But really great. I gave it a 4 stars on Letterboxd, so I'll give it about an 8.5, 8.6. I really had some fun with it.
Nice. Yeah, Danny Boyle, you're 2 weeks into the release of a sequel to your film, and all due respect to you, you're spoiling it within the first 2 weeks. But yeah, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, I thought it was really good. I don't have it higher rated than you, but I still thought it was really good. I'll give it about a 3.5 out of 5. The Radiohead needle drop, Dr. Cowson listening to Radiohead was the best part for me. But
Iron Maiden as well.
Oh, of course. And then there's, considering the ending of 28 Years Later, you thought it was going to be completely stupid what they were going to do with Jack O'Connell and everything, but they handled it so well, made his character so interesting and so menacing and so terrifying. And I was just really surprised by the way they handled it, and I don't think they could have handled it any better. And even Dr. Cowson's storyline with Samson, and finding a cure, that's going to play a big part in the next film, I'm pretty sure. But and that tease at the end of a certain actor coming back, I think the third one's going to be great, and I'm really excited for it. And I wasn't actually going to watch this film after that ending of 28 Years Later, but I'm so glad that I did, because great film, great performances, visually it looks great, and just really enjoyed it.
Yeah, really, really great. And the third one's going to be fantastic, I predict. And Danny Boyle is coming back to direct the third one.
I think he is.
Because, I don't know if you knew this, but director of The Bone Temple...
Directed the Marvels.
Yeah, directed the Marvels.
Yeah.
He went from a 0.5 star to a 4 star. Very, very impressed. Wow. Very impressive. Yeah. But that just shows studio interference.
Exactly.
Then, a film that I watched that came out in 2026... that you've not seen, which I highly recommend, was The Rip. Yeah. The Rip was really great. I'm a big fan of both Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and them as an acting duo. So I was looking forward to this, and it had a great cast as well. Stephen Young, Glenn. Is any other noticeable? Oh yeah, the sister from Ballerina, and Sasha Calais. Oh, Supergirl.
Yeah.
Really great film. It's one of these where it's technically a whodunit, but it's like they're trying to find out that if you've seen the trailer for Netflix, you know the plot of the film already. They're doing a rip, and they want to know who was planning to rob it. And I genuinely had no clue who was the traitor in this film, but until about halfway through, I was like, got you. But until then, I had no clue. It could have been anyone. And I thought the acting, and specifically the dialogue, was top notch here. This was top notch. It makes me think that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon should be in a Tarantino film, because they would be fantastic in that. But yeah, I gave that also 4 stars, 8 out of 10. Really good time. And the ending was also really great. And they probably won't do a sequel, but if they do, I hope it's just as good as this one.
Yeah, I do need to watch The Rip. It's on my watch list, but I could actually see Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in a Tarantino film. I think that's a great idea. But one Duke hasn't seen that I have seen was Hamnet, which has been, getting a lot of Oscar buzz, hasn't it? But it's kind of a mixed bag for me, Hamnet. The performances, I can understand why Jessie Buckley's getting a lot of Oscar buzz, because she was great in it. She cried and screamed her fucking heart out in that film. And but she was great in it, and I thought visually the film looked great, but there's just something missing about it. It's like when I watch Miami Vice. It's just something missing. It feels soulless in a way, but it just needed that more flair to it. It was kind of forgettable after, considering how good it looked and how good the performances were. But I can definitely see why people love it. But I don't think it was for me either. But I definitely think I'll probably like The Rip better than that film. But yeah, Jessie Buckley should defo be in more films because she was great. She's going to be in The Bride next, and I think The Bride looks great. But yeah, I think either I need a rewatch of Hamnet, or there's just something missing about that film. But I think it's okay. It's just a mediocre kind of film. It's Shakespeare, so I wasn't expecting to love it in the first place, but it kind of just what I expected. It's okay. And I know that's probably controversial, but yeah.
Yeah, Jessie Buckley, best performance in my opinion was in Taboo. If anybody's seen Taboo.
Oh, she's in Taboo?
Yeah, she's like the second or third main character in Taboo.
Right.
Obviously gets overshadowed, mogged brutally by the GOAT, Tom Hardy, absolute legend in the community, but still good enough performance to hold her own, especially in a stacked cast with legends like Tom Hardy, Stephen Graham, Jonathan Pryce. But yeah, that's just a little plug. Watch Taboo, and hopefully they'll release season 2 soon. But yeah, so I think that's it for 2026 reviews. So
What we got next? Top 10 worst.
top 10 worst main event now.
Right,
I've got to
let's have
find
a
this
look
on
at
Letterboxd. I don't know this off by heart.
Top 10 worst. I know one of them's in there, and it stars Jack Black.
Yeah, I don't think that film made my top 10. Sadly.
Top 10 best.
Top 10, yeah, top 10 best of all time.
Right. My top 10, 5, 6. Right, yeah, I've got them.
Right.
It doesn't seem too controversial, actually. That's fine.
Oh no, it did. It's in the top 10.
Oh, of course.
It broke in. Right, do you want to start off with your bottom, your number 10 bottom?
So we're doing from worst.
We're doing from number 10 to number 1.
Okay,
worst.
right. The 10th worst of 2025. You probably disagree with this. Captain America: Brave New World. I thought it was bad. It wasn't terrible, but it was bad. I'm sorry, Anthony Mackie, but I couldn't care less about Sam Wilson's the dance. I couldn't care any less about Sam Wilson's Captain America. And that film was just a mess. There was so many storylines. Isaiah Bradley, I don't care. Fucking Harrison Ford, Red Hulk, pretty cool. But at the end of the day, I just don't care. I don't care, and you know, there's no Captain America without Steve Rogers, and Sam Wilson just wasn't interesting to me. And that film just felt like a mess, and it just felt forgettable. And the CGI was so knocky sometimes. Yeah, and I think it just needed a better director, because I think the director actually, Julius, he directed The Cloverfield Paradox, which I'm pretty sure is known as one of the worst films ever.
I have yet to watch The Cloverfield.
I haven't seen it, but apparently it's really bad. But I think it needed a better director. It needed a better script. It needed a better Captain America, no offence. But yeah, just wasn't a fan of that film.
He's better than US Agent. We can.
No. John Walker is the absolute goat.
John Walker, great character, terrible Captain America. Great character, great actor. Awful.
No. He's the best Thunderbolt behind Bucky. Behind Bucky, the best Thunderbolt.
I can allow that.
Yeah.
Maybe Red Guardian would be up there.
Right.
But all of them beat Yelena. She's the one of the worst characters in the Marvel universe. You are not funny, and I do not care about your character in the slightest. No disrespect. Number 10, I've got the Minecraft movie. It just came in there. I didn't expect it. It just came in there.
There's 9 worst films in that.
There's 9 worst films. There's 9 films that I hate with a passion. But going back to Captain America: Brave New World, I thought that was the best superhero film of the year.
That's not saying much, though, is it?
Not, but I thought it was better than Superman. But I still.
What?
Yes. But
are you okay?
I am okay. I prefer my Superman to win battles instead of getting saved by a CGI dog. But Captain America: Brave New World, I still thought was underwhelming. I gave it a 2.5. It's all right, but
Would have been better if Seth Rollins was in it.
Yes. If they added Seth Rollins' character, it would have been a 5-star masterpiece, Oscar-winning film. We needed the vision. But anyway, Minecraft. The reason why I don't have it in the bottom 5 was because I actually had fun with this film. I know a lot of that was to do with the meme, but
It's like The Room, just laughable.
exactly, yeah, exactly. And there were some bits, and the CGI was good. I thought the CGI was good, and even though the acting was poor, I thought the characters were sort of, kind of, if you look at it in a way, perfectly casted, even though it technically isn't, you know. But yeah, I would actually rewatch it, but it's no, just no thanks.
You would rewatch it.
I would rewatch it for the memes.
Okay. Right. So number 9. This Paul Rudd comedy I watched with, I think the guy's called Tim Robbins. Is it Tim Robbins? Tim Robinson. It's called Friendship. I thought it could be a funny comedy. Wasn't fucking funny whatsoever. It really wasn't. There was one funny scene in it. There was one scene that was like, oh, that's quite funny. Every other scene, it was just the poorest attempt at comedy that I've ever seen. And I don't mind Paul Rudd, but there was nothing there really. It was just the most forgettable film. I watched it like 2 weeks ago, and I think I forgot about it already. But yeah, there's only one scene in it that I like with Paul Rudd at a Subway, but that's it. Everything else just forgettable, just not funny, and I don't get the hype on it because it's actually got quite high ratings on Letterboxd somehow. Yeah, it's at a 3.5.
That's mental.
But I would give it 2 stars. I didn't like it. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's bad. That's what I would say. Your number 8.
My number 9. This has got low reviews, which I'm happy to see. Was I don't even know the name of the title. Yeah, The Conjuring Last Rites.
Worse than the Minecraft movie?
Yes.
Wow.
The Conjuring Last Rites was unbearable. I gave this a 1.5, and all deserving, in the words of Dexter Morgan.
Worse than the third one?
I'd say it was a bit better.
Really?
Yeah. But still clawing its way into the top 10. I thought, just like the third one, it sacrificed story and character for a bunch of cheap jump scares and poor CGI. But some of the costumes were alright, some of the makeup was alright. But it focused too much. It was so long. How long was it? 2 hours 16. 2 hours 16. And I know it was supposed to be like the end game of the Conjuring universe, but I couldn't care at this point because I didn't like the Nun films. The Annabelle films, half of them were mediocre. The Curse of... I forgot.
Is it Laura or something like
yeah,
that?
some nonsense.
Yeah.
And then Conjuring 3 was bad, and this was also bad, and I just don't care for the franchise anymore. Ed and Lorraine Warren, like bye-bye, like see ya. And I did not care for the daughter or that plot line. I just didn't care. It was basically like an episode of Neighbours, but with some scary characters in there. And I mean, Sam and Dean Winchester could easily have took them out opening scene, just saying. But there you go.
Of course. Yeah, The Conjuring 3 was one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life, so I'm very cautious about watching that film.
Don't watch it.
I'm gonna have to,
You
but
can't watch
but
it. You
I'll be cautious while I was watching it because I don't think it'll be good. Next film, it's basically a King of Comedy rip-off called Borderline. It's got Ray Nicholson in it, who I think actually has a good future as a actor. It's Jack Nicholson's son, Ray Nicholson. He was in Novocaine recently as well, but I thought he was good in this film as well. He was one of the positives, and I really like Samara Weaving, but especially in Ready or Not. But this film was just forgettable. Still don't remember anything about it. It tried to have this dark comedy to it. It didn't work, and just a forgettable straight to streaming crap that I just won't remember. So there you go.
Okay, number 8. Number 8. Now this is a film that I resent the existence of, not just because the lead actress in it is an abomination to humanity, but the film in general is constructed about as well as a dirt house in Minecraft, and that is the Housemaid.
Okay.
Yeah. I seen someone give this film a 10 out of 10, and if you ever give this film a 10 out of 10, you need to reevaluate your life decisions, because this was awful. This was, how long was this?
Is it like 2 hours, something like that?
2 hours 11. It felt longer than Zack Snyder's Justice League. I hate this film. I hate it with a passion. And Sydney Sweeney was awful in this film. She is the definition of all show and no go. Brendan Sklenar, he's been tipped off to be Batman, and
I don't really see it, to be honest.
the day he becomes Batman, over my dead body if he becomes Batman. And Amanda, what's her name?
Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah, just, who cares?
I care. She's in Twin Peaks: The Return.
Okay, well, take that away, and just I never want to see or hear anything about this film again. The twist I didn't care for, the plot I didn't care for. I've seen this film about 100 times already. It's just reskinned, and the ending of the film, somewhat light spoilers, but the ending of the film basically setting up a sequel. Ha! No way.
Who's going to fund that?
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney's basically become sort of the equaliser for... I don't care. You are not Denzel Washington. You are not Robert McCall.
Right. Yeah, I'm not watching The Housemaid. I didn't even intend to watch it. But next film... this one was bad. This one was really bad. Heart Eyes. Just poor attempt at horror, poor attempt at comedy. It felt like a Scream rip-off. It's basically Scream if it was fan-made, basically. Some of the reveals in it were stupid, and it's got that, I don't know the actress's name, she's in Fast and Furious.
Jordana Brewster.
Yeah, she's in it, and they make a Fast and Furious joke. There's two of the cops, and she's one of them, said, "We're Hobbs and Shaw." It was the cringiest joke ever. And it
put some respect on their names.
Yeah, it was the cringiest joke ever, and I really didn't like that film, honestly. Do you know, the first half an hour I thought, well, maybe this is good. The opening scene was decent, but just so forgettable, and it's just trying to copy Scream, and it's really not good.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice a theme with our bottom 10, and it's the fact that they're just killing horror as a genre. They're killing it. Yeah. They're absolutely killing it. What was once in the golden ages of like the 80s and the 90s is dead now. Number 7, controversial one, because this has a 3.6, is Thunderbolts.
Okay, it's not that.
It's
not worse than the Minecraft movie.
It's awful.
It's not worse than the Minecraft
because
movie.
The whole point of this film is it's focused on Florence Pugh's character Yelena Belova, who is the most unfunny character you could think of, and her whole story arc of like, I've got so much demons, my past is catching up with me, I'm a killer, I don't want to be like. It didn't land. It's like, how do we get over grief? And then everybody's like, Marvel are delving into such deep topics, when Hulk's story is right there. Tony Stark's PTSD story from Iron Man 3 was there, and they handled that way better than in this film. I think the team as a whole was just very incohesive until the end. They just basically bullied John Walker because he was better than them in every way. Bucky Barnes, they teased Bucky Barnes as a main character. He didn't show up until... he was in it dotted, and then he didn't become a part of the main team until the last 45 minutes of the film.
The second half, weren't it?
Yeah, the second half, and even he couldn't save it. Even Timu Trump himself couldn't save it. But Sebastian Stan, he goes from The Apprentice, fantastic performance, unbelievable performance, to Thunderbolts. So and I like some of the cast members. When Taskmaster, how they... And spoilers here, so skip a bit.
Sideline character.
Yeah. Taskmaster gets wasted at the start of the film, gets teased as one of the main team members, and then gets wasted. Yeah. Made no sense. Ghost being in this, what a terrible character. What an awful character.
I got her mixed up with Taskmaster. I thought you meant Ghost.
Yeah, exactly. They're the most interchangeable. And the ending, The ending, I mean, you're going to have to blur this out, but that's what I think of the ending. Absolutely horrific. The New Avengers, please, give me a break. I hope their screen time is minimalised in Doomsday. How come you get rid of Mark Ruffalo? You decrease his screen time, but not Thunderbolts, who are nobody characters, who are probably... Their Funko Pops will be in B&M anytime soon, but yeah, do not recommend.
Yeah, I hate how they rebranded it as the New Avengers. That was terrible. But I thought it was decent. It was decent. It was a 3-star film in my eyes. But yeah, next one. Right, this one is going to be controversial as well because this is fairly high rated. Steven Soderbergh, same guy made the Oceans films. And I love Oceans 11, but Black Bag was the most boring film ever. It was just, the opening scene was so good, the tracking shot of Michael Fassbender, I was like, oh, I'm in for something here, this is going to be great. And it just led to nothing. The script was terrible. And I just really didn't like it, but I thought Michael Fassbender was great. He's always great. But I was just so disappointed with that film. And it's got fairly high ratings, so yeah, I guess that is controversial. But I didn't like Black Bag. I forgot I even watched it, to be honest, but there you go.
Yeah, I have yet to watch Black Bag, and I thought it was going to be good because of Michael Fassbender, who's a legend, but it doesn't look... It just looks like a dreary version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So.
Yeah, basically.
Is this number 6? Number 6. Yeah, number 6. Back to back with Marvel with Fantastic Four First Steps. Oh, what a dreadful film. What a dreadful film. If you know me, you know I hate Pedro Pascal. I think I talked about my dislike for Florence Pugh. Pedro Pascal is just one underneath. And he was poorly miscast as Reed Richards. They had John Krasinski right there.
Yeah, they should have.
And they give it to Pedro, who, let's say, is a naughty boy.
Yeah.
The whole cast, I don't think, didn't work because they were poorly miscast. Especially Joseph Quinn. He's not Joey Quinn, and it wasn't obviously self-defense. Casting Micro from The Punisher as the Thing made no sense whatsoever, and Vanessa Kirby, her acting was about as convincing as a wet towel. The scene when they're in the spaceship, she's got the CGI hair. They're acting from both her and Pedro Pascal. No disrespect, but they're awful. It was laughably bad. I actually chuckled a bit when Pedro Pascal went, "Use the gravity," like, just get out of here. Just get out. Like, it makes The Equalizer 2 all that more special to watch. What else? Cool post-credit scene. Galactus was there. There's nothing good or bad that I can say. The plot was awful. The plot really didn't have much substance to it. It was just, oh, give up the child, or give up the world. What do we do? It's a moral dilemma. And the film didn't have heart. It didn't have emotion. It was an emotionless, boring Disney cash grab that I wish I never want to see this film again. I know I said that about a lot of these films, but this one, it's bottom 5 MCU for me. It's just awful, and they still have yet to make a good Fantastic Four film. They've got a few characters right in the 2005, but that film was underwhelming, so yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, they threw away Galactus like just a throwaway villain when he's literally an Avengers level threat. But I didn't like that about it. But next on my list, this was bad. It was The Monkey. So bad. I don't know what was going on here. I don't know what the writers were thinking. I don't know what Osgood Perkins was thinking. And I don't know why it had this twin storyline. It was the stupidest thing ever, with Theo James playing two characters. I don't know what was the aim here. Some of the kills were okay, I guess. That was probably the best part of it. But it was just so forgettable, and there's just so many stupid moments. Like, just the script was terrible. And it's a cool concept, you know. It's like that monkey from Toy Story 3. You can make that like a scary horror concept, but to try to do a horror comedy that isn't funny, isn't scary, and is just the script was terrible. I really didn't like this, and I know it's controversial too, but I loved Longlegs. But him following it up with this, Longlegs was great, and this wasn't. So there you go, The Monkey. I don't even want to waste any more words on this one.
Yeah, spoilers, but I've got Monkey on the list as well, quite a bit lower than that.
Yeah.
My number 5 was The Pickup. Now, there's one clear reason I watched this, for the OTC, Roman Reigns, legend, shout out Roman, and he was in the film for 45 seconds, he had 2 lines of dialogue, so quite underwhelming, and his name was in the credits.
They've got to get their money, they've got to get some promotion.
His name was in the opening credits, it said Joe Roman Reigns Anoa'i as so-and-so. I think it just said The Fighter or something, so I thought he was going to play a key part, but no, he was in it for 45 seconds. Eddie Murphy, you're a legend, but your downfall needs to be studied. 80s and 90s Eddie Murphy and 2020s Eddie Murphy are 2 different people in my opinion, because Eddie Murphy's been doing Candy Cane Lane, Beverly Hills Cop 4 and The Pickup, and he went from 48 Hours and Beverly Hills Cop, and you've just had a fall off, I'm sorry. Pete Davidson, I hate him. I hate Pete Davidson.
Wow.
And he was perfectly unfunny in this. But yeah, like with The Monkey, I don't want to waste my breath on this piece of garbage film.
Yeah, I'm not watching The Pickup, there you go. After the Hunt is next. After the Hunt was terrible. This is where you start getting into from bad to terrible territory. I don't know what happened in this film, because Andrew Garfield was great, Julia Roberts was great, the performances were good, like, all around, but it was just like Luca Guadagnino was just putting random shots in, like, oh, this looks cool, imagine if I did this, it would create shock value, but it has no purpose. It's a film centering around Andrew Garfield assaulting a girl, and it's just random cool shots that he thought would look cool and create effect, but it just has no purpose whatsoever. And I think this film was an absolute piss take, and considering Luca did Challengers, I thought Challengers was great, but After the Hunt just didn't get along with it whatsoever. Just overly long for no reason, and just a paper thin plot. But yeah, it was shot well as well, but nothing could really redeem how bad this was. Just terrible. Don't watch After the Hunt. Terrible.
I had no plans to anyway. I'm not a big fan of films with. I know this sounds kind of lame, but I don't like films where women get assaulted, because it's just like there's no point unless the story really warrants it. Yeah. There's just no point, and if you're gonna, like you said, follow it up with absolutely nothing, then the only reason why you're putting that in there is for shock value, and I'm not wasting my time with that. Thank you very much, especially seeing Peter Parker in that light. I prefer not to see Peter Parker do such heinous, unforgivable acts. Number 4, as you mentioned, The Monkey. I won't get too much into this because, you know, it's awful. Put it this way, spoilers here. The plot for the film was that the brother wants to kill his other brother, right? And he wants to do it by using the monkey that kills people at random. If you want to kill your brother, why not just shoot him or stab him? Why do you have to use a thing that requires, it's like a 1 in an 8 billion chance of killing? And then at the end of the film, the reason why he wants to kill him because he killed his mother with the monkey, and then he says to his brother at the end, he says, "Don't remember that was my mum too," and he was like, and he literally goes, "Oh, I never thought about it like that."
Wow. What writing that is.
Osgood Perkins, please retire. Yeah, I'm not wasting my breath on any of this, and any film starring Tatiana Maslany is unwarranted. Yeah, so except for Invincible. What? I know she was in the Star Trek show, the new Star Trek show, and that's awful as well. So
why do you hate her so much?
She-Hulk.
Okay, yeah, but
She-Hulk's awful. The CGI's awful.
You don't like Tom Cruise's Jack Reacher, but you like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, because he's done Mission Impossible, Top Gun,
okay,
and Days of Thunder, and all these great.
But Tatiana Maslany did Stronger with Jake Gyllenhaal, which is a great film.
I have yet to see Stronger. My opinions could change.
Okay, right. Next film is a remake of an 80s Christmas film, I think it was. I think it was 80s or 90s. Silent Night, Deadly Night. What was that? It tried to be like Venom, Tom Hardy's Venom, where he's got the symbiote in his head talking to him, and it's trying to create comedic effect. In a horror film, it's trying to have like an entity talk to him in his head and be funny, but it was shot so poorly. You could tell it was on some indie budget, and there was just nothing there to remember or anything, and some of it was just so goofy. I'm pretty sure there's a scene where somebody's dying and some woman's dying on the floor, and he grabs her hand, and because they both suffered trauma, the trauma goes through them like electricity. No. It was the cringiest thing I've ever seen. Didn't work whatsoever. And that scene at the end with all the trauma going through the hand, fucking why? It was a terrible film. And I don't like the original, but this was even worse than the original. It made the original look like The Godfather, but they're both bad. But yeah, that would be my third worst, but there's two a lot worse than that.
Yeah, it's safe to say, like with the Andrew Garfield one, any film where it has sort of that level of cringy goofiness, where it's like trauma passing on, I will stay away from those films as well. That's why I wasn't a big fan of Echo, because that was sort of a bunch of that nonsense. Number 3, I don't even think this came out in 2025, but it said it was new when I watched it in February, and that was Elevation. Anthony Mackie and Vanessa from Deadpool. I can't remember anything from this film, to be honest, but I remember the acting being dreadful from a child in this film, or a teenager. Post-apocalyptic survivors find refuge. Awful. The only reason why I watched this because I had a cold and I didn't want to watch films that I needed to pay attention to. So, if you've got a cold, watch it. So that's all I say.
Yeah, not a film to pay attention. I've seen. Well, I haven't watched that film, but I've seen it on Letterboxd, and I'm just not interested in it. But second worst, and some people actually really like this. I thought it was one of the worst films I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. House of Dynamite, Rebecca Ferguson, Idris Elba. Good cast.
Oh, Idris
good
is
cast.
peak.
Yes, but this was fucking terrible.
Idris is
terrible.
Legend. Luther. It's Luther himself.
It was terrible. It was trying to create suspense around this nuclear bomb dropping, or something like that. Boring, uninteresting. It's Catherine Bigelow's usually good. I love Strange Days and I like Point Break, but I don't know what she was doing here. And that ending, one of the worst endings I've ever seen. Do you mind if I spoil the ending? Do you care? The ending, it's all the whole film centering around, is this nuclear bomb going to drop on America, something like that, and then they're all creating suspense. Is it going to drop? How are we going to stop it? And the ending is they left it ambiguous. We'll never know. So what was the point of that whole film? I like ambiguous endings. Don't get me wrong, right? But when it's done good, it was the stupidest ambiguous ending. It was just created purely for shock value, and just terrible film. But it actually had a good cast. It had quite a stacked cast, I'm pretty sure. Anthony Ramos, you're not a fan of him, are you?
Is that the guy from Rise of the Beast?
Yeah. And Twisters.
He's a bum. Yeah.
He's in it.
Twisters.
But didn't like that film. They're terrible. Probably, if Minecraft didn't exist, the worst film of the year.
I have yet to see that, but I've got to watch it because of Idris. He's my boy. He's Luther. He's been in so many great films. He's one of my favourite actors. But yeah, I'm going to have to venture that one. Has it got high reviews? Is the rating?
It's kind of it's 2.8.
Oh, it's mild. Yeah. My number 2, G20. I was going into this film with great anticipation because Viola Davis, very good actress, very good. Anthony Starr, legend, Homelander himself.
What is Homelander doing?
What is he doing? And Clark Gregg, what is Phil Coulson doing? And he was in War of the Worlds, which I'm sure would probably...
What a year. War of the Worlds in G20 in the same year. Oh,
Phil, you need to come back. You're a legend. And this is somebody who's, and I'm a big Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan, but yeah, this was horrific, and I had such good anticipation. But Viola Davis has been having such a fall off recently. It's unfortunate. He did The Woman King, which was not that good, and then G20, which was even worse. And Anthony Starr, why did you do this film? I know you owe Amazon Prime because you're an absolute legend in The Boys, Homelander himself, John, but he was great in this film. All the actors who I mentioned were great in this film, but their characters were so incompetent, and the ending of this film was so laughable. I was actually dying of laughter. It was almost comedic. The CGI and how they defeat Anthony Starr is ridiculous, but yeah, and to mention War of the Worlds, if we'd have watched War of the Worlds, this would probably definitely be on our list.
I'm not wasting my time War of the Worlds.
Neither.
I've seen the Ice Cube reactions, but that's all I need to see.
Yeah, but I thought this would be number one, but there's a film that was much, much worse, surprisingly.
Yeah. I'm actually intrigued what the last film is, because I don't know. Last place. This should be a lesson on how not to make a film. No, this should actually be studied in film schools, how not to make a film. And obviously it's the Minecraft movie. Acting, cinematography, directing, writing, story. Every element that is put together to make a film, everything is just terrible. Every element that is done to make a film, it's the room levels are bad. It should be taught on how not to make a film. It's probably as bad as The Room. I'm not even joking. It was laughable. Wow. It was laughable. And I know you said, "Oh, it's laughable," so I'd put it up, but laughable to the point where I can't even give it a higher rating.
It's got Chicken Jockey. It's Pete.
Oh no, that was the best part of it. But that just shows how stupid it was. That the whole cinema started clapping at that. But it was so terrible. But what's it called? I do love that poster of the what's it called? The Villager poster.
That subplot was could have had a bit of tweaking.
Yeah, what was with that? Jennifer Coolidge dating a villager. I don't know what they were going for there.
No.
Trying to redeem the film with a little villager romance subplot. But there you go. I'm wondering what your last one is.
First we mine, then we craft. What a Oscar-worthy line.
This is a crafting table.
Number one, you actually enjoyed this film, which is nauseatingly unbelievable. I gave this a half star. This was the only half a star I gave this year, and it was Happy Gilmore 2.
It's okay. It's okay.
Any film where, and again spoilers, any film where a character dies because they get hit with...
All right, we don't talk about that, but it was an okay film. It was
with a golf ball.
It was a serviceable film. Acceptable.
Benny Safdie went from the Smashing Machine. What are you doing?
He's in the Odyssey.
Yeah, he's had such an up and down career. Ben Stiller, come on now, mate. Even Adam Sandler, what are you doing? There are so many ridiculous moments in this film, and the acting was poor. Everything was poor. It looked like a fan film. It looked like I think we could probably make. I think people in our college could make a better film than this. Bad Bunny, yeah. Huel was in this. There were so many people in this that got butchered. Steve Buscemi, Slim Shady, Post Malone, and it was so unfunny. Honestly, I was watching the whole film, and the whole time I was watching it, I was just like this, because that's the only way you can watch that film without having to just attack the screen. I felt like taking a golf ball and smashing it into the television. But yeah, horrific film, and yeah, I hope they take this off. Becky Lynch, what are you doing? I think that's the reason why I watched this film. Becky Lynch, and you did that and the new Star Trek show, which are both equally awful. But yeah, please don't watch this film, even if you enjoyed the first one. It's not worth your time, and it's a cash grab, and it's Netflix slop.
It's an okay film. It's not good, awful. But it's okay.
It's awful. How can you sit there? You've watched one. You've logged.
It's fairly entertaining. It's fairly entertaining.
It's ridiculous.
It's nowhere near as good as the first one. The first one's great, but there you go. All right, is that everything we got covered?
That's everything. Yeah, that's the episode. So yeah.
Next episode, I don't know what we're doing. Next episode
we're doing top 5. Even though it's a bit too late now. top 5 most anticipated films of 2026.
Right, I'll have to put that together because I now have top 5.
Probably cover a bunch of TV shows as well, because we've not done anything TV show related, because I've got a lot to talk about.
Okay.
Specifically, Daredevil, Born Again, Dexter Resurrection, Reacher, Season 3,
Of course.
Season 1, Invincible, Season 3, Countdown, Season 1, a whole bunch of good stuff.
You're the TV guy, to be honest.
Yeah, I've consumed a copious amount of TV. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the episode.
Yeah, there you go. So
subscribe on YouTube, like, and better do it. And there you go.
You better.
Right. So goodbye. Anything else?
Just remember, everything that we've stated is opinions. Nothing's factual. Don't attack us. We are human. We're only human after all, in the words of Rag and Bone Man.
Don't put the blame on us.
Exactly. Don't put the blame on us. And I hope you got a few chuckles out of this. And till next episode. See ya.